Hi everyone, this is Module 1, Topic 2, Lesson 3, page 91 in Activity 1. So I originally had this part of the previous video, but I decided to redo this page. I did not like how it was presented initially, so I am redoing this. I think I can get the information across a little bit better, so I'm going to do that. So it says determine how many of each fractional cube it will take to fill a unit cube. Draw the fractional cubes on the empty unit cube, then determine the volume of each fractional unit cube. So a couple of things we need to do. So this is telling us this is like if we talk about inches or centimeters or meters or whatever, it's a 1 by 1 by 1. So let's just talk inches. So this would be a 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch cube. And they're asking how many half-inch cubes would it take to fill this? So if we think about a half-inch cube, just like we had on this previous page, it takes 2 half-inch to go the same distance as an inch. So that's true going across the front, but it's true going in the back as well. So in that first row on the bottom row, we would actually have how many cubes? There would be 2 kind of here in the front and then 2 like on the back side. And then we would have another row of that, another layer. So our bottom layer would have 4, our top layer would have 4. So altogether we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our bottom layer has 2 cubes going this way, 2 cubes going this way. So 2 times 2 is 4, but then we have 2 going up as well. So that's how I'm getting 8 cubes. Now they're showing us the 1 because the entire thing is 1 unit long. We'll just say 1 inch. So we could even say a half of an inch cube, a 1 inch cube. So there's 4 on the bottom and then another layer of that. So 4 times 2, a second layer, would be 8. So there are 8 of the 1/2 inch cubes in that 1 unit cube. Okay, so then it wants us to do this into fourths. So if I have fourths, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and that would be the same going back here. 4 on that bottom. So that bottom layer has 1, 2, 3, 4 back that way by 4 this way. So the bottom layer has 16. The bottom layer is a 4 by 4 layer for a total of 16. But then we need to have 4 layers all together because it takes 4 of the 1/4 inch to go across, 4 of the 1/4 inch to go back, and 4 of the 1/4 inch to go up. These are always so hard to draw on the top. Okay, so if it's 16 on the bottom layer times another 4, that will give me 64 of them. So there's 64 of the 1/4 inch cubes, or the 1/4 unit cubes. Okay, a 1/3. So in this bottom row, we'd have 3 going across and 3 going back. So our bottom row would have a total of 3 times 3 is 9. But then we have 3 layers we have to do, so we have to finish this off. So we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 on the bottom, and then 3 rows high. So 9 times 3, there will be 27. So there's 27 of the 1/3 unit cubes. And then it asks for the volume of each of those fractional cubes. So if the 1/2 inch unit cube, so if we picture the 1/2 inch unit cube, let me just draw a small, tiny little cube. So it's a 1/2 inch on every side. It's a 1/2 inch this way. It's a 1/2 inch going back here. And it's a 1/2 inch tall. So it's a 1/2 by 1/2 by 1/2. So 1 times 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So the 1/2 inch unit cube has a total volume of 1/8. So this one has a volume of 1/8. The volume of each unit cube is 1/8 units cubed. A 1/4, so if we use the same thinking, it's a 1/4 by 1/4 by 1/4, which is 1/64 units cubed. And then for the 1/3, I'll put that one up here, 1/3 by 1/3 by 1/3 equals 1/27 units cubed. How did you determine the number of fractional unit cubes that filled each cube? Let's just go with this right here. Counted the number of fractional cubes in one layer and multiplied that by the height. We can also say that we multiplied the number across times the number back in the cube times the number high in the cube. Okay, and then it says, describe any patterns you noticed between the size of the fractional cube and the number of those cubes that fill the unit cube. Well, the smaller the unit cube, the more cubes it took to fill it. So a 1/2 unit cube took 8 cubes to fill it. A 1/3 unit cube took 27, but then the 1/4, which is the smallest, took 64 of them. So pause this as you need to. Make sure you get everything written, make sure it's neat and that you can understand it.